Uh-oh. Guess who's back? Back again. It's the boys. What's up, Rob? How you doing today?
Chilling, man. Enjoying my Sunday.
Well, it's Sunday. What's Sunday mean? Sunday means fun day. Sunday means day drinking. Sunday means Sunday scaries for some. Some who aren't, alphas like me. I'm an alpha. You're kind of a beta. It's fine. It's the way it works. That's our relationship. That's how it is. You're much smarter than me, but I'm much more of an alpha. Anyway, I don't know why I got into that right now. I've been lifting a lot. I've been taking steroids, trying to look good. It's been fantastic. I don't really have a life besides the gym and work. That's all I do. But now we're back. We're better than ever, and it's Sunday. And Sunday is our favorite day of the week.
That's right. And we're here to talk about video games, man. That's where everybody likes to play. So
video games is fantastic. I love video games. Even though I'm an alpha, it's fine. I'm gonna start referring to myself as that. That's my shtick this week. I'm alpha. It's fine.
Is it? Is it though?
Yes. So Rob, what do we have in the Sweet 16? I know it's the Sweet 16. So who do we have?
Well, we've got some really good games still to.
Yeah, what do we have in the Sweet 16? I know it's the Sweet 16. So who do we have?
So we've got some really good games still to.
Technical difficulties yet again. What is going on, Rob? So who do we have?
Well, we've got some really good games still to.
Technical difficulties yet again.
You should check and make sure you're not watching.
I'm not watching.
Mute yourself for a second. Oh, I think it finally dissipated. Mute yourself for a second. Oh, I think it finally dissipated.
All right, what happened there?
Fuck if I know.
Shocking. We have this is literally not a shtick. This happens every week. We have the worst producers in the business.
Aw.
That's you, Rob.
I know it's me. Jesus. All right, I think we're good now. Just a little hard reset, no big deal. Let's start with our top matchup for the day. Super Mario World, still a very strong 1 seed, the top seed in the entire bracket, versus Red Dead Redemption 2.
Can we just skip this one and not go?
Come on, Johnny. This is your baby.
Yeah, but I don't want to do this.
Why not?
Because this is like picking which child you love more. Obviously, the firstborn you obviously love more than anybody. But like, why do we gotta do this? This isn't fair. I don't want to do this. This is 2 of my favorite video games of all time, and they should be matched up in the Sweet 16. This should be a final game.
Well, so you know, first of all, we've got a nice person hanging out with us. What's up, Dominic? Said hello. He's got an opinion on this.
Well, he's also 21 years old. So, of course, he's going to say Red Dead Redemption 2. He wasn't even alive when Super Mario World came out. But I appreciate you listening, Dom. What's up? I don't know where to go here, Rob. This is the classic LeBron versus Jordan. For me. Maybe not for anybody else, but for me, it is.
Okay. So talk to me about it. What makes Super Mario World great? And then what makes Red Dead Redemption great for you? Or Red Dead Redemption 2?
You're a little guinea plumber chasing after a really hot blonde throughout castles, and you get to ride a dinosaur. Like, what else do you want?
By the way, Dominic's already he's active, man. See, he knows what's up. He knows Mario.
Whatever, Dom.
It sounds like you already have you don't even want to go with something that he likes though, which is also what you like.
But you get to ride a dinosaur, you get to ride a horse. and shoot people with guns. You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna let nostalgia win here.
Okay.
I have to go with Red Dead Redemption 2. You get to ride horses and buggies and shoot animals from the horse that you are on, and like it's Red Dead Redemption 2. You know what? Sometimes you got to pass that torch.
And you think this is the time to pass it?
Yeah. Well, Mario got to ride a dinosaur, and we take that.
Oh, you're muted. We lost you.
Log into your, honey, just click and log into your own right corner.
All right. Johnny's still not good. So here's what we'll do. Dom and I will have this conversation while Johnny figures out his mic. So Dom makes some very good points. The graphics are amazing. The story is great. It's very true. And the weapons are well detailed and fun to use. Very, very true. So the question is, and maybe we can get Johnny. There you go. But the question is, does Red Dead Redemption basically create a game that you enjoy playing over and over and over again? It's got that kind of feel, because obviously Super Mario World
Redemption is unbelievable, man. I mean, the maps are huge. Even if you don't you don't even have to play the storyline to have a great time for hours upon hours. Just literally getting high, and you can get high and just shoot shit all day, and it never ends.
And so to you, that's a game that you could play forever, basically.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Fair enough. I mean, Super Mario World, because for the SNES, it's obviously a game that once you beat it, you just have to play through the story again, because it's
a scroller. It's a scroller.
It's a scroller. Okay, so we're basically making a statement here that at some point in time, 3D definitely wins out over a 2D scroller. All right. Well, and I'll throw out Dom's comment here. Hours upon hours of great gameplay. You've convinced me, both of you have, that we'll move on Red Dead Redemption 2 in our bracket, and a real upset to get things started.
All right, Dom, we're going to need you here because Rob's a huge nerd, too. So if you want to keep playing along with us, this is fun. Rob's a nerd. This isn't my best subject.
You love this shit. At this point, you definitely are aware of all of these games. So it's not like this is our first go around. So let's talk about our next matchup, though. We've got Fortnite versus Rock Band 3. So this is, two very different games. We got the music, and Dom's already enjoying the hell out of himself. So we appreciate you, man.
I think I'm going to have to go with Rock Band 3.
Really? Well, are you sure that you're not also named Dominic Landis? Because you guys are on the same fucking page.
Yeah, we're on the same page. We're both very smart. We're both very good looking. Both get all the chicks. We're both hardworking. We're both alphas.
Oh, stop.
I mean, that's just what we do, Rob. And I didn't hedge my bet. I didn't say anything to him. I didn't text him about this. I just gave him the link. And it's Rock Band 3 here because you get to play as a group. You can be Kiss. Not musically talented at all, really ugly, and just throw on some makeup and become a huge mega hit in your own basement.
That is true. You can literally do the garage band feel without having to worry about all the hours of training of actually learning how to play music. So Fortnite, I think, is very good, but it might be a bit of a fad as far as I'm concerned. I like the shift in the gaming that it's presented for multiplayer, massive multiplayer, 100 people playing at the same time. But Fortnite in and of itself, in my opinion, if people stop playing, if you don't get 100 people to play Fortnite, it no longer has any value. Whereas Rock Band, you can play by yourself or with 3 of your closest friends. So Dom's got a little more to say about it, which I absolutely agree. And so, it also helps that I love music, as I'm wearing a Green Day shirt. So I'm going to always have a soft spot for a music game versus Jesus, he dropped off again, versus a shooting game with 100 other people. But yeah, I agree, Dom, for sure. I mean, it's been around for a while. And I just like I said, the playability of really feeling the music. I will say there's something about trying to actually play, even with 4 buttons and everything else, you have a better appreciation for the musicality that certain bands bring when you have to try and emulate them and not just listen to the music and say, oh, this is catchy or whatever. So I'm definitely a big fan of Rock Band 3. Johnny, you good with that?
Rock Band 3 is a must win here.
All right. So far we've got Red Dead Redemption 2 and Rock Band 3 going into the Great 8. Our next matchup, there you go. Yeah. So awesome, Dom. So we are going to definitely won us over on Rock Band 3. We are going to talk about Halo Combat Evolved, so original Halo, versus Assassin's Creed 2.
No, this is a shit matchup.
Is in that you don't want to make a decision, or you think both of them suck?
This is literally Xbox versus PlayStation.
No, AC2 is on both.
Was it? Yeah, it was. But yeah, you're sorry. AC2 was on both.
Yeah. Well, I would know. Like I said, if I have it, my box of Xbox games here, then it's on Xbox. So, what are you thinking, Johnny?
I don't know, Rob. Do you want to be an awesome assassin for the day, or do you want to be a fucking badass, futuristic space ninja warrior who has an awesome guns?
I mean, I know what Dom likes. This is Dom's pick. So he loves Assassin's Creed 2. He's played it 10 times. I imagine he's played a lot of the Assassin's Creed games because 2 definitely took it to the next level. But obviously they're up to like 8 or 9 or 10 of the games in the series now. So I love all the AC games. That's why I have pretty much all of them in this box next to me. I've got it one in the background right here because it's still in the hunt. So
I'm gonna have to go with Assassin's Creed.
All right, fair enough.
It has to be Assassin's Creed.
Well, so here's what I'll say about it, because I do love Halo.
It also teaches you about a little bit of history,
and that's the winning part for me.
And I'm a loser history buff. You know that.
Oh, but Johnny, I thought you were an alpha. I'm kidding. We really need to retire that word for this session anyway.
I'm an alpha.
You've already overused it. But yeah, I mean, Halo was the game when I was a kid. We were in freaking elementary school, middle school, something like that when it first came out. And so Combat Evolved was excellent. But it also, has this. It has limits. Halo 1 very much had limits, and they tried to refine them and define them later. But since we're only talking about Halo Combat Evolved, it makes a big difference versus, again, AC2 specifically. So not all of the Assassin's Creed games versus all the Halo games. We're talking about these 2 games specifically. And yeah, I mean, Dominic Ezio is an amazing character. It's why they literally made 3 games based on him, and no other character has gotten more than 1. So I definitely have no issue moving on Assassin's Creed 2. So
far, we have had 3 sequels in 3 games in 3 different lineups moving on.
Yep. Now we've got another sequel coming up as well. So this matchup is Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is actually over my other shoulder. I can't fucking do it. It's a mirror. Anyway, but actually they're both over here. So we've got Modern Warfare versus Mass Effect 2.
Well, we know where you're going to go, Rob.
Oh, I mean, I want Mass Effect 2 to move on so we can keep the sequels going.
Call of Duty.
And you want Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
Yeah, I'm not a nerd. I'm an alpha.
I really, somehow, the more you say it, the less I believe it.
Alpha.
Fortunately, we've got our dude who's saying that Mass Effect 2 is the answer.
Well, Don doesn't know anything. We don't even know who he is. He could be a made up person that you're putting in here to make your things go through.
Yeah. Clearly, this was the whole time. He agreed with you and agreed with you.
Why do you like Mass Effect so much more than Call of Duty? Changes lives, Rob.
So, here's what I'll say about Mass Effect 2. I'll let Dom start. The thing with Mass Effect 2 specifically is that it was a game where it took all of the decisions you made in Mass Effect 1 and impacted the way that the story in Mass Effect 2 happened. Not only the storylines, but also the interactions with the characters. So people that you had interactions with in Mass Effect 1, you see them in Mass Effect 2, and it's like you pick up like you just hadn't seen them in a couple years, and you have this conversation with them like you would anybody off the street, a friend you hadn't seen in a couple years. You got that same feel from a video game. So it was unheard of. No video game had ever really pulled that off before.
Yeah, but can you noob tube?
I mean, yeah, not in the same way, obviously, but they definitely had grenade launchers. I'll tell you that.
Not as realistic.
Not as realistic. Okay, let's not talk about realism in Call of Duty 4. They literally, if you got 25 kills, you dropped a nuke on the map. Like that. What?
Fantastic. That's exactly how it is in real life, Rob.
And that was you winning. You blew up the entire map, and that was you.
That's called winning.
Oh my God. Listen. So Dom, I'm going to post this for you, but the main character, talk about creating a character that you want. You can be an absolute badass, especially in 2. Shepard, who could be male or female, it was your character, was just as likely to punch someone in the face to end an argument than it was to actually try and talk them around. So, all of the things that you apparently love so much, Johnny, you could emulate that and watch it happen like a movie, and also go in and mess up people left and right with your shotgun, launcher, grenades, sniper rifle, my favorite. So, I don't know, man.
So I'm guessing we're going to have to put through Mass Effect because you guys are both fighting for it. Dom's being very active in this, so I will take his tiebreaker.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, because now we have literally 4.
And he seems to know what he's doing.
I mean, he definitely played the heck out of Mass Effect 2, and I played the heck out of both those games. Like I said, they're both on my shelf right behind us. So, Call of Duty is excellent, but Mass Effect 2 is better. That's what I was looking for. Thank you for giving me the eye roll. All right, we're going to move on to the other side of the bracket. We're halfway through the Sweet 16. Already a lot of controversy, but we have Dark Souls versus Arkham City.
This is easy. I didn't play the one game. It's Arkham City.
We have talked a lot about Dark Souls.
That's great, and I've heard it's a great game and it makes you toxic. I don't need that in my life right now. I'm an alpha. I don't need toxicity. The only toxicity I want is some System of a Down when I'm repping 355 and thinking about everybody else's girlfriend that I'm going to steal from them. That's called an alpha. Batman's an alpha. Give me Batman. Give me Arkham City. That's called making a full circle.
Johnny, I'm pretty sure you're not an alpha, and I'm 99% sure that Batman's not an alpha. But okay. Now, Dom's got Dark Souls up here. I love Arkham City. Like I said, it's on the shelf right behind my head.
The real-time movement, the sounds, the amazing graphics. It's Arkham City, if you want me to get for reals. I can do the shtick thing, but I can do the real thing on this one.
So here's what I'll say to you and to Dom, because he's the only one watching this right now, and I'm glad that he's jumping in on this. So he's telling us about Dark Souls, and yes, a great challenge, amazing places to explore, and the lore is fantastic. All of that is very true. The thing with Arkham City is that it has just as much or more lore behind it because it's Batman, and it's the first game that I really felt like I was in Gotham and, just tearing up shit. Like, there was really no other game, no other movie that of all the Batman stuff that's ever been out there to really bring to life the feel of being in this terrible, terrible city that you're trying to just fucking turn around basically by yourself because you're fucking Batman. Every other time it was, you just were like, well, Gotham's this dark place. Okay. Gotham has all these people that are shitty. Okay. But it was always kind of just set up as pieces. Even the Dark Knight and stuff didn't really show you the feel of being in Gotham and therefore being Gotham's protector, being Batman. But Arkham City brought that to life in a great way. And I think it has all of the same stuff. You try to play Arkham City on the highest level. It is an insane challenge as well. Not as much as Dark Souls, to be fair, but it allowed you to also do different play styles and all that, all of the same stuff. So, all right, what else has he got? So he says upgrade your weapons, amazing armor sets, boss battles, all that stuff.
Yeah, but does that have Batman?
Well, you could do all that for Batman.
Does it have Batman? The Ultimate Alpha? My boy?
Oh my God. But you could upgrade all of the same stuff, all of the batarangs, all that stuff.
Christian Bale.
Don't bring Christian.
Ever heard of him?
Don't bring Christian Bale to this.
Ben Affleck. Ever heard of him? Adam West. Ever heard of him?
So, Dom, I don't think this one you're going to win over on us because we're pretty dead set against moving on. Moving on Dark Souls over Arkham City. So maybe if you have anything else to add, obviously we'll give you a couple minutes to throw up a comment and we'll throw it up.
I'll just tell you that you're wrong. It's fine. Arkham City moves on. Move it on. Appreciate the interaction though, Dom. Love it. But
yeah.
You're wrong.
So far. You've been great so far. So let's move on to the next one. We have original Donkey Kong versus GoldenEye.
This is obviously easy. I'm not going to get too deep into it. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. It's GoldenEye. It's GoldenEye for every reason why GoldenEye is amazing. You can play against your boys. You can cheat. There's little what are those things called in games that
bugs?
No, not the bugs. That glitches. There's glitches that you can use. You can use the little dude and just have him duck, and he can never get hit, and you can kill everybody.
Yep.
It's fantastic. Give me GoldenEye. Give me this stupid N64 controller that nobody really knows where to put their hands, because you can put your hands over here for this game, put your hands over here for this game, and it's GoldenEye.
We did say this earlier. There comes a point when 2D loses out to 3D, and this is a perfect example of that. Of a very early 3D game versus a very early 2D game.
To put it over the top, Pierce Brosnan.
Swear, I don't know if you're paying this guy under the table or not, but you guys are in the same. He was just posting that comment as you were talking about him.
He's a smart kid. What can I say?
All right. Well, then we don't have to talk too much more about it. We've got GoldenEye moving on for sure.
So good for you. Good run. Had a great run. Had a great season. Moving on.
Yeah. So let's talk about the next matchup. In fact, I think this is the last 1 seed that is in the tournament or in the bracket, and it's Final Fantasy VII versus Resident Evil 4.
I don't care about either game. Next. They're both lame.
I'm going to go with Final Fantasy VII. It is literally, in my opinion, genre defining.
Resident Evil, because you get to it brings people together in college, and it's a horror movie, and it scares girls. And when girls get scared, they get, we don't want to say this is children friendly here.
No, is it? You've been talking about alpha for the last 25 minutes.
I'm an alpha, Rob.
No, you're not. Dom's with me on this. Final Fantasy VII. Like I said, genre-defining game in my opinion. It just, when you talk about any sort of RPG, especially a Japanese-style RPG, people think of Final Fantasy VII first for a reason.
Rob, the Japanese bombed us on Pearl Harbor. Do you forget?
Oh, okay. We're gonna bring up all the other things that don't matter too.
No, that matters somehow.
As a result of that, we won World War II, took away their military, and they spent all their time developing video games.
Right.
It's a culmination of
I
that.
kind of just fucked myself on that one.
All right. Let's talk about our last matchup, buddy. We have Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time versus Grand Theft Auto 5. Now this is a fucking
This is
difficult.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Hookers, drugs, guns, cars, helicopters, guns, drugs, cars, hookers.
There's Dom.
Dom's on the right page here.
My thing with GTA 5 is that it really took everything you said, which is already there in GTA 3 and 4 and probably 2 and 1, but elevated it. It made it just a strong story on top of that same experience. So I definitely think that that makes sense to me. Ocarina of Time is fucking OG. It's classic, but this is kind of there comes a point in time when poor graphics 3D loses out to good graphics 3D. So
I never played Ocarina of Time, Rob. Tell me a little bit about it.
So Ocarina of Time is a Zelda game, but I mean, Dom, at least we're putting I think this is a good caveat. It's overrated as fuck. I still enjoyed it. Fair enough. Ocarina of Time is a Zelda game, and so you're still doing all the same Zelda stuff you would typically do, but it's 3D. It's in N64 world, and they add in a storyline where you basically have to utilize music in order to progress the story, but you literally are playing that with the controller. So it's there he goes. More technical difficulties. So obviously the other people who are watching this or maybe ever watch this are probably very familiar with Ocarina of Time. But I know that we got a kitty cat action. My fiance's, one of her best friends, could basically emulate any song with the ocarina, just because she was musically talented, but also because it was an N64 game that allowed you to basically do Rock Band before Rock Band was a thing. So that obviously has a lot of just coolness factor, but it's not like it changed the world. It was just more a really cool facet to it. Like I said, I'd say GTA 5. There he is. There you go. You make it? You here?
Nothing. I'm here.
Okay. So oh my God. Just
What?
give it 2 seconds. There you go. We were literally just trying to finish up the show. So, but you have to be here for that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, definitely can hear you.
Yeah, sorry about that. I have a little bit of a computer malfunction. It's not a big deal. We're back on track. GTA 5 is going to be moving through. This is very easy.
Yet another, I mean, literally the only game that technically is not a sequel is GoldenEye. Everything else is a sequel that made it through to the Great 8.
Well, what does that say about the games, Rob?
I think it says that, I think what this says is that,
Just like in Hollywood nowadays, they can't come up with an original idea. They just try to make things better.
well, I think in video games, it shows that video games as a medium, you want to have the sequels to perfect the ideas that you were trying to do in the first games, because it's an interactive thing. If it's a movie, people watch it and they say, cool, I like that. And they just go, oh, let's give you more of the same. But video games at least have this ability to say, you get feedback from the players, the people who are actually experiencing and interacting with the story and the game and the mechanics. And they go, okay, well, we can fine tune it. We can make it better. And all of these games at least are examples of taking what was there and improving it to basically the highest point it could reach for that particular idea.
Now, do you think we have the top 8 greatest games ever in the history of consoles that are in the Great 8?
Oh, definitely not. But that's because some of the classics, like I said, we made the decision that side scrollers could only go so far in this tournament. So a lot of people are going to be mad at us about taking Mario out and taking, Zelda out and basically going to games that are by and large much newer than the OG games that were on consoles as well, but much older consoles.
What is your favorite game left in the Elite 8? What was your favorite game that's left?
Mass Effect 2. So
is Dom still with us?
I believe so.
Dom, what is your favorite team that is left? And who's left, Rob? Just give a rundown.
Absolutely. We have Red Dead Redemption 2, Rock Band 3, Assassin's Creed 2, Mass Effect 2, Arkham City, GoldenEye, Final Fantasy 7, and Grand Theft Auto 5.
I have 6 games that I really care about in. There's 2 games.
I have a lot. Like I said, you can check the board behind me, but a lot of the games, I think 4 of them are still in. I literally own them. So
there are 6 games that I actually care about deeply. There are 2 games that I do not.
Well,
Final Fantasy 7 was no. That's
I
not
bet you
alpha. That's a beta move. That's a beta move.
You're a beta move. So there you go. So Dom definitely, he's pushing for Final Fantasy 7. So here's what I'll say. Dom, we really appreciate it. Sorry to say Dom. Dominic, we really appreciate you. Listen, we really appreciate it. Maybe he doesn't appreciate it. I really appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. We had a great time, and we will be here next Sunday to talk about the Grade 8.
And the Final Four. We're going to do it all in one show.
Okay, and the Final Four. So we're going to try and knock those out.
We will not have technical difficulties next week.
Yeah, okay. We're always going to have technical difficulties, people. That's part of this. That's literally why this banner exists. So, but we really appreciate it. If you come back next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be here and we'll be shooting the shit some more. And anybody who watches this, you can interact with us just as much as Dominic did tonight. And we'd love to have you guys chit chat with us and hit us up on Twitter. So that's so nice. Honestly, that's like the nicest.
Oh, Rob's gonna cry. This is fantastic.
This is like the nicest thing anybody's ever said about this show. So anyway, we are gonna take off for now. But as always, keep spiking it, and we'll see you next week.
Keep it spiked, guys.
Boom.